Time to work, Ghost Squad.
Hey, what's going on, people? Sig here. Bringing you some new maps to the PlayStation. The Devastation map pack, a little kill confirmed on Ruins. Hope you guys enjoy this. It's decent gameplay with quite a bit of kills, quite a bit of deaths, and quite a bit of tags collected. Just honestly, just doing nothing but running around using the old shotgun, and tried to get a little jump shot in here with this guy, and he saw me at the last second. But hey, you know what? I'm not sitting in a corner hiding my ass off trying to pretend that I'm going to go 10-1 and get a 10-1 KDR. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. The whole point about these objective games is to collect tags, get kills, support your team, and help everybody out. So, new maps dropped last week for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. Finally, you know, Xbox does get their 1 month grace period from Activision with the Call of Duty series on all of the DLC. So, you know, us PlayStation folk are left standing off to the sidelines. But you know what? Hey, it's still new when it comes out. We just got to wait a little bit of wait a month. So, I'm going to talk briefly about some of the maps in terms of my impression on them. You've got Behemoth, Ruins, which is right here, Unearthed, and Collision. And, you know, I will say on Ruins, I played it a handful of times, that it is a fun map. I think it's just trying to figure out the paths and the side paths and the elevations of this one, and working through that. So I think for me right now, so far it's fun. It seems to have at least a few channels that you can filter people through, while at the same time has a few elevation changes. A couple corners, you know, I've seen a few people try to camp up in that center tower quite a bit, but for the most part, it seems to be a pretty good rushing map, which I'm very happy with. The other one that, you know, I played all four of them quite extensively over the weekend, and it's Behemoth, the big digger set in the middle of Colombia. And yeah, right now I've got some mixed emotions on this one. It's very long. It is an extremely long map, very narrow. So you do still get some of your close quarters combat in, which is great. There are only a handful of areas in which you can actually filter through. So I mean, it's starting to get to more of the normal for Call of Duty with the 3 channels and 3 paths, the left, right, center. But the narrowness does really increase the close confined quarter combat. But I do have to say, though, that there are a lot of people that just kind of lay in wait because of these long, narrow paths. So you will get your people laying down in the middle of the map, just kind of watching one whole run of the map. So, you know, a verdict yet to be seen on that one. Unearthed, which is the dome from MW3, if you played MW3. I never was a big fan of MW3, so I never really played it all that much. I don't think I've even prestiged once in MW3. Although I do remember the map. It always seemed to have a lot of action. I will have to say that this one seems to be more slower than the MW3 Dome. At least what I've seen so far on the PlayStation 4. And maybe it's just because people don't know their maps. They haven't figured out exactly where their spots are and how to rush around, and still kind of getting the lay of the land. And that may be the case. But for me right now, it seems to still be a little bit slower from what I've seen. But if memory serves me correctly on Drone from MW3, if it reverts back to that point, it will be good. It will be a quick rush, fast map. I mean, definitely going to be an IED noob tube extravaganza with all the close quarters and the people hiding in the round. And then finally, it's Collision, set on with the boat running into the bridge, and frankly, I right now cannot stand this map. This map, to me, right now, out of all 4, is probably the worst. And here on the screen, I'm trying to throw my care package out. I got it. I'm like, and I keep hearing people. I'm like, wait a second. Where are they coming from? Wait, I know they're around here somewhere. Keep running around. Okay, no, same team. All right, let's see if I can throw this out. All right, throw. Wait, hold on. Here's somebody. I'm gonna try. Oh, wait, there he is. And of course, he drops an IMS down, and 3 shots from distance finally kill him with the shotgun. But anyways, getting back to Collision. Collision is probably my least favorite map on the new map packs, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it just seems to be a very big hodgepodge of channels and runs and elevations and locations high and low, and so to me it's not that great. I haven't found a lot of enjoyment out of it, but I definitely love the Ripper. You guys have seen a couple gameplays with me with the Ripper, so I highly suggest that if you do get the Devastation map pack, if you have to buy one, I would definitely buy it because of the Ripper, because I do think it is a solid gun. There are some good maps so far. The 2 DLCs I've enjoyed. So I'm curious to see as we get into the next 2 how that's going to work out. But gameplay's come to an end. I lost my care package, gave it to one of my buddies, so hopefully they enjoyed it. So people, appreciate the support, appreciate the likes and the comments. So until the next time, have a good one, and we'll catch you later.